All right, so we're back today, and what we're going to do today is we're going to do an LSVTEC conversion. We're going to do a LSVTEC conversion on this Honda engine we've been working on with the rear main seal we did in the last video. So today we're going to be doing a relocation of the dowel pins. As you can see, the dowel pins on this block go in the front of the cylinder head. We had a problem yesterday when we were drilling and tapping the cylinder head. I lost all that footage or didn't press record on here for some reason. So we didn't get any of the information of drilling and tapping or drilling for the rear style dowel for the LS block to be able to mount the dowels in the rear of the cylinder head. So we drilled these out with a drill the other day and didn't press record. Anyway, so this is a I want to say it's 11/32 bit. The 35/64's what I use, and I usually just put a line on it. So I'll take it and put it on this side first, and then I'll put a line on here so I can see the depth, and then I'll drill the rear hole. You can go a little deeper, it's not going to hurt anything, but usually I go about, at the line or a little higher, because this is not a flat bottom drill bit like that, so just to make sure you have enough. But take your time, go slow, put a little oil on the bit and just go slow, and you can see as you're drilling it if it's going straight or not by how it's cutting the metal. So as you're drilling really lightly, if you're too far to the left, it'll be thinner on the left. If you're too far to the right, it'll be thinner on the right. So you can see that's pretty uniform, and that was just done with a hand drill, so we know it's pretty straight. And that one's a little bit fat on the right, as you can tell, so it's a little bit off. But you know what? There's a little bit of play in this, so it's not huge and critical. It seals pretty good. We're not going to have an issue. I've done this hundreds of times. Imagine, in my life, I've built over 1,000 engines, so I understand a lot about how this works. Anyway, we also did the pipe plug and tapped. I believe it was with a Q bit, which was in between a couple drill bits. Bigger than a 5/16, smaller than a 3/8. Something like that. Anyway, I'll find it in the video, post it. But that's the drill bit that you're going to need to drill down until it just hits the bottom. It's just going to go down until it stops, and then you just stop. So you drill it down, it stops, you pull it out, and then you're going to tap it with the 1/8" plug tap. So anyway, looks pretty good. I think we need to do the straight edge on here. Then you have 3/1000 clearance of maximum limit. So you can do, I believe it's 3/1000 is the maximum deflection in the cylinder head on a factory cylinder head. So we're going to get the 3/1000 here, and we're going to get our straight edge ruler here. This is a nice, very nice straight edge ruler. I don't even know where I got this from. but it was blessed to me somehow. So anyway, we just puts just flat against the head and start sticking away at the bottom of it, like so. And if you can get through it, then you have problems, and the head needs to be resurfaced. So far we are good. And that's the angle. We do another angle. Same thing, nice and tight. So, and then we go straight across. And this is important because this is between the sleeves where the sealing, most of the sealing is really important, is between the cylinders. And just like that, we don't have any issues there either. So we did this way, and the head was straight. So we're good to go. So now we know that all these things are good. So now we want to make sure the head is clean. We're just gonna wipe this stuff out. And I don't see any signs of anything weird going on the seats here, even though this was, like, you know, blown up. Okay, so here's my conclusion to what's happening here. There's a gouge in this thing, and I'm not too excited about it. It's right there on the fire ring, if you can see it. It's very, very small, but I have a feeling that that's going to cause an issue with getting compression into the cooling system. So I'm going to try and dab some aluminum in there and see if I can get this thing to seal better, because I would rather take that chance and have it right than not doing anything at all and take that risk. And this head's been milled so many times, I just not really a big fan of trying to mill this thing again. So I know it's only a few thousandths, but to be honest with you, the way it is right now, with the way, you know, it's taking to get things back from the machine shop, it's just such a headache and so hard to do. So I'd rather not if I don't have to. Anyway, we're gonna try and do these first and see how it turns out, these little divots, and work our way into that area that way. But it's just that little scratch right there is right on the fire ring of the head gasket, and I just, with the cylinder pressures with turbo and everything, I just don't think that that's a good thing. So see what we can do. Very happy how it turned out. Very minor cleanup. We're running 035 rod for aluminum, so about 160 amps. We never even got past probably a little over quarter throttle, and it's very dirty, but at least we have some material to use. I'm going to go ahead and start sanding it slowly and getting the straight edge out and getting this to work as best as possible, because I'm pretty happy with that, and I think that's going to work really well. Well, came out better than I thought. Super excited about it. We went ahead and welded up. There's a little hole right there that's actually in the chamber. That's probably where it strike the arc, but I don't even care because that's nowhere near where the head gasket goes, and where our line is. The issues we had is no more. So checked it with a flat edge, straight edge ruler, and the 3/1000 feeler gauge, and there was no issues. It is straight and flat, and we welded up some of the other divots that were there before that are now pretty much non-existent. So I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I'd do it again. So don't judge me, because if it works, it works. And sometimes when you're doing like small town racing out of town, or small tire racing with street cars and street racing and things like that, and you know you have issues and you're not home, man, but I have actually a welder in the back of my truck that I bring with me with a generator, and that's where I learn all this stuff, is when you got to do things on the side of the road, and you know, you take chances, and sometimes you're rewarded, but you never quit. And the best thing that happens is exactly what's supposed to happen. That's exactly what's great about everything, is everything happens the way it's supposed to happen, and it works out. So pretty awesome. Well, we're gonna get this thing buttoned up and ready to go on the motor.